last video for tonight. And you already know what I'm going to talk about. And this final movie is going to be Gran Turismo. And I was lucky enough to see this like 2 weeks early. Because I actually like went last Saturday for like a sneak preview. I was off, so I just went out of boredom, and I'm very glad I did, because this movie could easily be in my top 10 best of the year. So let's get into it. So Gran Turismo is based on the true story of Jan Martinborough and his time at the Gran Turismo Academy. So basically, Jan is a Welsh teenager, I want to say, early 20s, and he is a big fan of Gran Turismo. This is his whole career, and it makes him want to become a professional race car driver. So I really know nothing about Gran Turismo, but it's basically like a driving simulator. I mean, this is literally this kid's hobby and dream. So one day he goes to like an internet cafe, and one of the head marketing guys for like Nissan makes up this competition to find the best Gran Turismo players to actually train to race actual cars. And you get your basic sports movies cliche with the very strict coach, the rivals, and you also get like the hot-headed person who is better than your protagonist that you hate. All that's in here. But I think what makes this movie stand out is the family dynamic. Not to mention Digimon Hansu as Martinborough's dad. I think he was like literally one of the best parts of this entire movie, because he comes off as like hard-headed, and he just like wants his son to like work with him at like the rail yard. But basically, Jan actually leaves mid-shift to go to this competition to get into this academy. And of course he does make it, and this whole movie focuses on the racing aspect of this movie. The part of the movie that you do want to see. And I do have to say, this movie was very intense with its racing scenes, and especially the crash. But I think that's where this movie kind of like slows down a little bit, because you gotta like have like your inspirational moment with sports. It's just basically like an underdog tale. And everybody from like David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, like I said, Digimon Hansu, and Archie Manekwe, they're all good in this movie. And I never played Gran Turismo, nor have I ever played PlayStation. But when they had like the race markers or whatever, or like the heads-up display during the race scenes, I felt immersed into the game. This movie is definitely an immersive experience. And I do feel like the general audience would definitely enjoy this movie. Gamers or not, which I'm really not anymore, but I'm a pretty big sports movie guy, so I definitely wanted to check this out. And I'm glad I did, because this might have been one of my favorite sports movies that I've seen in like years. The story was engrossing and very, very well done. And not to mention, like, near the end, it kind of gets you in the feels, because Jan Mardenborough actually makes it to Le Mans, and his dad just supports him all the way through. Now, if you don't know what Le Mans is, it's one of the most sought after, difficult races in automotive history. It's a 24-hour race that tests your stamina and your speed. So you have like a team of like 4 drivers, I think it is. And Jan's team came in 3rd place. So he actually stood on the pedestal at Le Mans. That was the whole full circle moment in this movie. And when these credits rolled, I saw that he like competed in like 200 races. That's very impressive for like a young guy like this. Now, it's not very clear on when all this happened, but it still seems pretty modern to me. So this guy might be a little bit older than me, or like about my age. And already 200 races under his belt. I would say job well done. But anyway, this movie was fantastic, and I highly recommend it. I would easily go see it again. And this movie officially comes out next Friday. So I'll start seeing more reviews on YouTube and hear more good things about this. This movie is easily in my top 10 best of the year. So I would give Gran Turismo an A. Why I didn't give it an A plus is because it has cliches that we've seen hundreds of times before. The cliches do work, but this movie just stands on its own because it's a video game movie last. And I think that was my favorite aspect of this entire movie, because if it just like went over the rails and got way too absurd, I definitely wouldn't have liked it. But I'm glad that this movie is a straight sports drama. So I highly recommend Gran Turismo. Alright guys, those are my thoughts on Gran Turismo. Hope you guys enjoyed. And tomorrow, I'm seeing Blue Beetle. So I'm going to have that review up as soon as I can. And then Saturday, I'm going to go see Strays, which will be a very interesting movie to talk about. And then following that, I'm going to have my next horror movie to talk about. So I still have quite a few things going on, but give me time and I'll get them out as soon as I can. But that's all I got for this video tonight, and I'll see you guys whenever. All right. Adios. Peace.